My name is Carmen Hernandez. I'm a social work major. I'm a junior here at the University of Illinois. What are my political opinions on what's going on with immigration and all that right now? I personally think that it's just scary knowing how many people are feeling, I believe the word strong enough to share their opinions against individuals that are not a threat to the country or not a threat to essentially anyone. Being here on campus while Donald Trump is president right now, it's really scary, especially how just 2 3 days ago there was talking on the quad saying like deport people, build the wall, they should leave, and it's just really intimidating. And that's not the first time this happens. Last semester, um, a group of students and I decided to go out and just have support, positive messages towards like any minority. And as we were writing it, that we had a couple students actually came up to us trying to just erase what we were writing or just saying smart remarks. And it's really intimidating knowing that if you're not if you don't really have a strong support system, that could really bring you down. It definitely can, and it's scary. My mom had to call me and ask me if everything was okay or how was I doing down here, and I told her I was fine, not to worry about it. But part of me definitely was afraid because I didn't know how other students were gonna react towards it, especially those that are highly support Donald Trump. It's really scary also because after the elections and with the whole travel ban and all that stuff, my family and I have plans. We have plans to travel, just to other states here within the United States because we're able to do that. But with this whole travel ban thing, we had to cancel all that um, for the same threat that we might not be able to just come back to Chicago or come back to Illinois. And it just really sucks knowing that now people are living in fear that they might be deported, they might be separated from their families, or that they might just, even me right now being in school or something like that, I might be deported for something that I didn't do. And although just 2 days ago also Donald Trump made a statement that DACA students will not be affected by all the deportations he's planning on doing. It's still something really scary because what about my parents? What about other people's parents? I can't be out here on my own. I know paying for school is not something that I could personally do. And if my parents were to be deported, I probably won't be able to continue my education knowing that I only have one more year left. That's really scary. Um, and just overall, having families not wanting to go to work or not wanting to send their children to school because they're afraid that ICE might show up at the school or anything. And it's actually pretty cool that CPS just made a huge announcement that they will not be allowing ICE officials in schools unless they have an actual warrant. That's something that gives, in a sense, a little bit of hope to the families that knowing their children are going to be safe in these public schools, but they are not safe. Like, the parents are not. So yes, they could do all the deportation they want and all that, but at the end of the day, they're not looking at the bigger picture that many of these students that are here, that are working hard to get an education, to better themselves, they're all going to be affected because if their parents are deported, they don't have anywhere else to stand. And not only that, but I personally feel like I I will identify myself as a Mexican American because if I were to go back to Mexico or just live over there, I have no clue what I would do because I was brought here at the age of 3, and I have no knowledge of the streets. I have no knowledge of school or how anything works over there. And although I do know the language, it would just be a whole other new world to me. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. Just because you're from a certain country doesn't mean you're just gonna adapt to it right away. It's you starting all over again. And there's a saying from a movie that it's called "Ni de aquí ni de allá," meaning neither from here or from there. And I feel like that's been part of a conflict that I've been for a long time. because I don't feel like I belong in the Mexican community if I were to go back, because I'm not familiarized with their systems, I'm not familiarized with their policies or anything like that. And here in the United States, I'm not seen as an American, I'm just seen as a Mexican that knows Spanish, and that I shouldn't be here.